Hi everybody, 'tis the season to be jolly and all that. Hope everyone is well. Sorry, I'm going to say sorry straight away about the poor lighting. It's taken an hour and a half for my laptop to work out some kinks. So it's kind of now shit light, but that's cool. That's cool. So I have been really good until Hay House had their sale. So this is just a look at the decks I brought from Hay House when they had their sale, because they actually had a couple of decks that I wanted, so I thought, oh, I'd get them while they were on sale. I'm not going to do several videos over them, I just do it all in one. So yeah, they had a sale, and if you bought 4 you got 1 free, which I thought meant you got to pick another one for free, but you didn't, you got given one, but that's cool. So I picked, I'll show you, but I picked 3 decks I wanted for a long time, and 1 deck I chose there and then. I was like, I googled it, I was like, that one will do, and the free one, which was great. So I'll start with the free one, which is so pretty. Oh, sorry, so pretty. It's Notes from the Universe on Abundance by Mike Dooley. So yeah, this is the free deck that came with it, and it is silver edged. So sorry about the crappy nails. I can't be asked to take them off. So this deck speaks to you. So there's no book. You have writing on the back, pictures on the front, and it speaks to you as if it's the universe. The problem is I'm not feeling the messages personally. They're not my bag. But the it's really pretty done. Pretty done. $1 million is a lot only when you don't have it. With 10 million, 1 million can 1 million can practically be overlooked and is therefore much less intimidating. Pretend you have 10 million. To the bank, the universe. So yeah, they're good, they're just not for me. However, that being said, the artwork, I adore the artwork. The cards are really nice. They are glossy, so they're lovely to touch. But the artwork I love. When I went through and read them all, and I realised that the messages weren't quite my ticket, journaling, meditation, poetry. There's so much. Sorry, some of the cards keep sticking together. There is so much that you could do with these cards if you don't want to use the messages on the back. But I still, regardless of the messages not being my bag, the backs are very beautifully done, I think. So yeah, let me give you another one. You want what you want because you know it's possible. If it wasn't, you wouldn't. This is powerful. Embrace it. For whatever else you believe or don't believe, this belief alone can take you the distance. And what you want wants you, the universe. So that's the kind of messages there, under the palm tree. So yeah, you want what you want because you know it is possible. If it wasn't, you wouldn't. That's quite good, actually, isn't it? So, but there you go. So this was the free deck I got with Hay House. That's Hay House UK. I like it. The bit that actually is so interesting. The bit at the bottom, it says, "And what you want wants you." I was having this conversation with my husband the other day about just because one wants doesn't mean one gets. So it's interesting that this card is saying what you want wants you. I want a lot of things. I doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna get it. And that's not just me thinking, no manifesting and stuff like that. I want world peace. I don't think I'm going to get it. I don't want homeless people in the UK or anywhere. I don't think anyone should be homeless. I don't want that. Don't want cancer. You know what I mean? I want a bookcase. This I could make happen. I want the Royal Fairs Tarot. Too expensive for me. So guess what? One doesn't get. Simple as that. So there you go. You've got a rant. And we're 4 minutes in and I've got quite a few to go through. So I do apologise. Let's move swiftly on. So those are those. If you like them, grand. I think their images are beautiful. So the next deck that I got was the Archetype cards by Caroline Myss. Caroline Myss. I've wanted these for a very long time. And I was like, yeah, go. I was following, they were on eBay for like £1 more than it was in the sale. And I was like, oh, I'll get them from there. I haven't used them that much. I'm not overly comfortable with how to use them yet. Just draw a card, I guess, and go with. Sorry, I burped. That's a tea burp though, so you know. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I really need to sit down and read the book. That is the one problem I think with receiving so many decks at once. It's like, but just to give you an idea, let me do the full. So the cards are gorgeous and they are big. You get 6 blank ones, so you can fill in your own. I've never done that with any of the decks where I've got extra cards to fill in. I've never done it. But so you've got the Fool, and then it has. Well, you can read that later. So I really like the messages on the cards. I'm just not 100% sure how to go about using them yet, but that's fine. We have time. They are meaty. This deck is meaty. Good size bit. The backs are gorgeous. Unfortunately, this deck came damaged. Actually, 3 the decks came damaged, to be fair. This one is nothing major. I'm not going to send it back because they'll just probably go to landfill. It's just the back is peeling off. So yeah, that's annoying, but nice card there. Liberator. So yeah, not used them. I'm not entirely sure how to use them yet, but daily draws, I'm sure. If I read the book properly, it might actually tell me. But I like archetypes. I like Jung's work on archetypes, so probably a very good starting point. And I love the Hay House books. They're so small. So where do we go next? Let's go to the Native Spirit. I think this is a very popular deck. I see it quite often on social media, and I think it's a very, very pretty deck. Oh, and the book. This is one book I have read already. Not all the way through, but I read the beginning. Denise Linn, by the way. And oh, she's just amazing. It's just amazing. This one is I don't know how many. I'm not even telling you how many you get in a pack. 44 for this one, 60 for the first one, and then 80 for the archetype cards minus the 6. So, but these ones, I think we've all seen. They're lovely. They're just my cup of tea artwork wise, and I have not used them yet. No, that's not true. I did draw a card from them, but I was stupid and drew a card from like 3 decks at once, and I was like, what? I got very confused, so don't do that. Well, you can, just saying. But yeah, I love these. Again, this deck is damaged. It's on 2 of the cards. I don't think it's going to do it justice because the light's so shoddy, but on the back, it looks, oh, you can just about see it looks like someone's gone over it with a Stanley knife. You can see the line all the way through. It doesn't bother me that you can see it, it's just when I touch it, I can feel it. So, and it's on 2 of the cards, unfortunately. So, again, annoying, but I'm not about to send it back because I do worry that it'll just end up in landfill when I can, you know, more than make do with it. It's just like, oh man, that's all. Talking stick. So that is the Native Spirit, and I'm so glad I finally got my hands on it because I'm so jealous. The next deck, has been on and off my list for, gosh, I don't know how long. But finally I did it. It's Earth Magic by Stephen D. Farmer. I do believe he's a PhD, Mr. Stephen D. Farmer. And yeah, I've wanted this one for a long time as well, so I was very excited to get this one. And what I really love about the little book is the fact that you have at the back everyone who created the artwork and their websites. So if there's anything you like, you can like track them down. So these are good. Unfortunately, these probably not in the most obvious way, were probably the most underwhelming deck physically to receive. I had to do a lot of brushing. There was like it looked like fibres where they'd been cut, so all the fibres were still sticking off, and some of the edges have still got fibres on actually, which will come off with shuffling. But there's a few like it's not. It doesn't feel. It feels rough, but you know, it is what it is. You know. I'm not overly fussed. And this one's peeling as well in the corner. That was like that when I opened it. I was like, oh. And yeah, I probably would. If I'd have paid a lot of money, I'd probably send it back. But like I said, cheap enough, and I can make do with them quite well. I'm not worried about a little bit. I'm not worried about a little bit of damage. But yeah, anyway, I'm just letting you know my experience. And they were delivered really quite quickly as well, which yeah, it took about, was it 4 or 5 days that it took? And yeah, I went down to check the post because I had them delivered to my work address because I'm there all the time. So I had them delivered there. And I went down after the postman had been, there was nothing there. I was like, oh, never mind. Went to lunch, come back, and they actually delivered it by a courier, which freaked me out a little bit. I had a courier delivered to my workplace, but luckily no one minded. So, but yeah, so I haven't used these either, but I have looked through all the images and I am so pleased that I finally got my hands on them and I just cannot wait to start using them. But I think I've got enough here to be getting on with for quite some time. So we don't have to worry about rushing. And then the last Hay House deck that I got was the one that I decided to buy on a whim. And oh, guys, it's my favourite. I mean, I haven't used the other ones, only because I've levitated. I've been drawn to this one straight away, which is The Spirit Messages by John Holland. Oh, I love it. So this is the little book that you get. John seems to be a wonderful man. Yeah, I've read the beginning. I've read the beginning of this book. But these cards are not only beautiful, I love them. These are gold. And the backs reminds me of the Chrysalis Tarot. Just the colouring is great. And the sort of artwork you're getting. And these ones, if you follow me on Instagram or anything, you'll see that I've been pulling these daily. I haven't always been sharing them, but I have been pulling them daily. I don't think you need to do them daily. Some of these messages are quite profound that I feel that they could take a couple of days, maybe a week to really sink the message in and work on. But because I was so excited, I was like, oh my god, new deck, I love it. I'm just going to boff one out a day. So, hello from heaven. So the idea is that these cards are from Spirit. And yeah, I really like the idea, but more than anything, I just like the messages. I'm not fussed where they come from. Here's one, for instance. Let go. Once you let go of the outcome, you'll be able to release all the emotional constraints that have held you back in the past. Trust in the higher good and guidance of Spirit, as we have only your best intentions at heart and will do everything in our power to protect you. So just like the universe cards, where it's the universe talking to you, this is Spirit talking to you. So, but I wasn't expecting for this one to be the first one that out of all of them that I'm like, this one has to be this one. Choices, beautiful. You know, it was quite a surprise to me. I was like, wow, because like I said, I've been eyeing up, you know, the Native Spirit and the Earth Magic deck for quite some time. So I was quite surprised when this one actually came out of the box and was like, me, I'm your front runner. So anyway, that is my goodies from Hay House. Which this close to Christmas, I probably shouldn't have done actually, but it's done now. And then lastly, this is a deck actually I got. It doesn't matter when I got it because I haven't used it. Story of my life. Is the Gaia Matrix Oracle. And these are some big cards. And this is probably the 5th or 6th sequence thing in a sequence of synchronicities that have been hitting my life over the last month, maybe. And I will talk about that at some point. But it was just weird. I read about this deck in this book, which I haven't quite finished. I'm getting there. And then I searched for them on eBay. When she first mentioned them and they weren't there, I was like, oh no, they're very expensive if I could find them. Mostly they were abroad, so forget it. And then the next day after I read a bit more and she did more working with the deck in here, I was like, oh, I'll have another look. Oh, found them. So yeah, I was very happy. No, I've not used them, but that's okay. They require a special kind of dedication, and you all know I'm far too magpie for that. So I'm not going to go into detail necessarily about this deck because it's quite deep. But you get 2 blank cards where you put your own self-image and the Gaia, what you believe Gaia image is. Again, blank cards, I won't use them. And then you have the deck kind of comes in 2 parts or more than 2 parts, but I'm just going to simplify it because Like I said, I haven't used it. I don't want to seem like an authority on it, because I'm certainly not. So these are your drawings, and these are your symbol cards. And now your symbols show up on these cards, and you can look at this card and get what you want, and you can use the symbols to get more. I think that's the crux of it. Like I said, I've not used it. I've read the little book. Apparently there's a bigger book, but I can't find the bigger book anywhere. Not in a reasonable price. And as we said, just because one wants doesn't mean one gets. I'm always under the assumption if I can't afford something, it's probably not meant for me, because I'm a good saver. No, I'm a good saver, but not for when it's stuff that I want. I need instant gratification. So if I can't have it cheap, or I can't justify it to myself, then it just doesn't happen. But anyway, I'm not going to go through all the symbol cards, and I'm just going to show you a couple of these ones. So this is the Blue Pharaoh light body. You want to see the backs, actually? Don't know if I showed you. Look. Oh, the backs are just to die for. Well, no. No, it's a bit extreme, but they are lovely. Well, how about that? So the artwork, I really like the artwork. The Grail Mother. And the book as well that I've been reading, it's started off really fascinating. I will do a review of it, actually. I'll put a written review up on my Facebook page. But the further on I've got, the more I've just, like, it's not resonating or gelling with me so much. But that's okay, because that's based on that woman's own life. You know, that's her path. I'm not judging it. I'm just saying, as a reader of a book, I'm like, meh. I've lost some interest. Burning Buddha. Black Buffalo. So yeah, and you can see the symbols around the edges, and you know, you've got Cosmic Body, Black Buffalo, and these all kind of fit into the information that you're given in the little book. The little book is actually full of things. You've got soul conflict, being true, cultural apocalypse. I think it says apocalypse. Yeah. Imaginal realm. It does say that. Harmonies, immortal, spirits. So there is a lot of information to be had from these cards, and as you know, I'm running away scared. So anyway, I'm just not ready to go there yet. But the deck, beg your pardon, is by Rowena Patty-Creda, PhD, and I'm sorry if I have butchered your name. I am not that educated in names. And the book I'm reading here is by Nicole Christine, which is very good. Just because I'm not gelling with it near the end doesn't mean it's not good. I still think it's a very good book. And she's also prompted me to, on my Christmas list, to have every kind of book of like woman awesomeness that I can find. So I can't wait to see what Santa's given me. Although I did say to Santa 3 presents only this year, because I have more than enough stuff. Just want to spend time with you. So there you go. These are all my new decks. I genuinely don't have any other new decks. I'm very proud. Although there are 2 on my list for Christmas. So again, Santa has to bring me 3 presents, and we'll see. He doesn't have to, but he's going to. See what comes up. But if anyone has these decks, especially the archetype cards, that does remind me there is a walkthrough of those on YouTube, so I will watch that. But if anyone else has used them, I'd love to know what you use them for and how you use them. It's really funny because I'm changing the subject. I've got my blinds wide open. I never have the blinds open because people walking past can look straight in here, and I don't want people to see my shit. But I need the light, and my neighbours are going in and out. You can probably fucking hear them banging, if I'm honest. But there you go. I'm going to leave it there. And I just want to say, you know, thank you for being here watching me talk about my need to buy and share. And I really hope everyone has a nice holiday, whether you celebrate it or not. I hope it's nice. I mean, I hope every day is nice, but it can't always be nice. So I've gone downhill. No, everyone have a happy Christmas, a Merry Christmas, a great Yule. Enjoy your logs, enjoy your family and your friends. Enjoy Only Fools and Horses because it's always on at Christmas. Mary Poppins, enjoy it. You know, White Christmas with Bing. Freaking enjoy it if you want. If you don't like Christmas, that's fine as well. Don't have to. So anyway, now I've had a go at you. I'm going to go. And blessings to everyone, and probably see you in the new year. But they could be famous last words, so let's not swear to it. Take care, guys.